Okay, right. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining today. I know we've been having a little chit chat, but I am actually very excited to see all of you here today and to have the honor to welcome you to the launch of my first book, Beyond the Usual, which is essentially everything about NYSC. And you'll be finding out more about the book much later in the launch. Although the launch of this book is quite late, this is a late launch because obviously the book was published in 2019 and it just happens that I'm launching it now. But I am also very grateful that this is happening and that I'm having to share this auspicious day with you. And I hope and I believe that after this launch, there's still going to be more launches and there is going to be more books for me to invite you to launch with me. So, yeah, thank you very much and enjoy the launch. I'm going to pass it on to our anchor and MC, Demo Organetiga, to continue from here. But for the meantime, please, if you are not speaking, can you mute your audio, please? Mute your audio because I can hear some feedbacks.
Okay. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Demo Oganechega Anthony, and I am saddled with the responsibility of anchoring this meeting tonight. We are here not just to see ourselves, we are here for our friend, we are here for our sister, our daughter, Progress Oberico, the latest author in town. We are here for her book launch, a book she has titled Beyond the Usual. So while I profoundly appreciate the presence of all of us here gathered, I want to mention that it's going to be a swift meeting, a quick one. I will encourage us not to touch the die. Just fasten your seatbelt. There is a lot to learn. It's going to be a defined meeting. So just remain where you are. Don't leave this meeting. The good news is, for those who participate, who remain till the ending, there is something for us. No, for you, not us. Let me rephrase. There is something for you, for those who remain to the end. So I encourage us to remain. Enjoy this meeting because there is a lot to learn. It's going to be a define. I recognize the presence of Mr. Andrew Eshono. I recognize the presence very profoundly, the presence of Essie, Mrs. Essie, then Mrs. Evelyn, Precious Ruland, Ufoma Pretty, and Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob happens to be the mentor of the celebrant, Progress Oberico. So why on that? Permit me now to welcome the host, Progress Oberico, to the virtual stage to give the welcome address properly.
Right. Just going to stop the share. Yes, so I don't really have much to say pertaining a welcome address. I'm just very pleased to have this event today. What I said earlier was literally my welcome address, and I am just very honored to have to share this day with you. And yes, the book is basically about social impact, how young Nigerians can make impact and can think outside the box, which is essentially the reason behind the name of the book, which I will tell you more about much later. And I personally am very big on social impact and making change in my own way wherever I find myself in and out of the country. And I just thought it would be profound to share this energy and this mindset with other Nigerians as well, because many young people can benefit from like a little inspiration, a little, push to like, I've seen this person do it. I believe I can do it. Oh, I think this is the right way to go and all of that. So this is what I try to encapsulate in the book. And I want to pass on this knowledge to, other generations and people after me, which is what I'm trying to do, launching the book with this event. So once again, thank you very much for joining and welcome to the launch of my first book. Okay, passing it back on to the anchor again. Demo Genetic.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Progress Oberico. So without wasting time, we're going to welcome to the virtual stage the first speaker, the person of Mr. Andrew Eshono. Mr. Andrew Eshono is a chief launcher and also a speaker in this meeting. So, Mr. Andrew Eshono, you have 10 minutes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I believe every one of us here on this call are on the same time zone, whether you are in the UK or in Nigeria. I think at the moment we share the same time zone. So I would say good afternoon, or is it good evening? There's still this debate as to when afternoon stops and when evening starts. But still, I would say good afternoon. If it's good evening to you, it's then good evening. Okay. So a few days ago, I got an email, a message from Progress asking me to carry out this auspicious role, which I know I don't deserve. But then, since she found me worthy, I decided to take it up to serve as the chief launcher. Not so much of a chief launcher as you would see, but then I stepped into the role nonetheless. Okay, so the story about me and this book goes back to 2019 as well. Progress, I believe you still remember. So when this book was written, I think it's 2019, because during the COVID year, you were already in the UK. Progress came into my office with a copy of the book. And so before then, we even knew each other because we attend the same parish in Abuja. And so she came with a copy of this book, Beyond the Usual, and handed me a copy. So I'd done my launch far back in 2019 and then I'm here again today. But I think that was not a launch, but I saw it as a privilege to have a copy of that book. Immediately it was written, and I thought it was very impressive. I read the book at that point. And so when Progress came back a few days ago, I started looking for the book. I don't know where I kept it in my bookshelf. It's somewhere in my bookshelf, but I still remember the content of the book. And I, thought it was very inspiring, that she took her time during her NYSC year to document in very clear details I experienced through the service year. If I had this book when I served in Bayelsa, I think my life would have been a lot easier. So I got into Bayelsa for the first time. I haven't lived all my life in the north, Kaduna, Kano, and then Lagos. And then I landed in Bayelsa not knowing exactly what to do or what to expect. And so reading that book was like medicine after death for me. But I see it as a lifesaver for the young ones that are coming up now, because it provides a very useful guide, on how to navigate your service year from end to end. From the beginning of the service year up to the end, Progress had documented in very clear terms how, prospective corps members, and even serving corps members can navigate their way through their service year. I don't think I've seen anything quite like it before. And I recommend that book to, a number of, people, young people that will be going for service. Now, in that book, he took time to, to document, especially for me, the touching part was the area of the community project, where she, even though before reading that book, I had already seen on social media, her documentation of the project she carried out. I think it's Cross River. I can't remember exactly where, but I think it's Cross River. So you see, I still remember some things, even though it's a long time I read the book. So in Cross River, and I found it really inspiring that a young person our age would think that deeply to carry out that project. During my NYSC year, when people were going to look for projects, I just faced my front and went my way because I just felt, what's all this projecting about? But after I read that book, I really found it really inspiring that, there are some ideas that you may think may not be impactful that are actually very impactful. And, you could, carry them out and impact the community and the nation as a whole. And Progress also got an award, I think, for that project. I saw it on social media, and I always call her a star. And, her name is Progress, and she keeps making progress. That's, one of the few people that their name follows them. From when I met her to date, I've seen the steady progress she had made, her drive and all. And I tell her she will go very far in life. So in that book, I made a few notes from what I could remember, when she shared her experience through her service year, giving core members, very useful guide on how to go about the service year, from camp. She documented her experience, which is very helpful, all through the service year. She also provides some guide as to what to do and what to do, what not to do, what to carry along when you are going for NYSC camp. And some of those things can be very funny. But then, we never thought of things like that, to carry some things to the camp and and things that we'll use through our service year. Every core member should have a copy of this book. And then, like I said, she talked about the community development project and how people can, generate ideas that can be impactful to the community. In our introductory speech, she talked about, always looking out for impactful projects. And I think that, the book provides a useful guide on how core members can really sit down, think of innovative ideas that can impact their community. Like I said, when I served, some of the ideas that we tried to generate that time, we thought it was not going to be impactful. But then, after reading the book, I thought some of those things we tend to be very small could actually be very impactful to communities that we serve. Most of us served in very rural communities in Nigeria. I served in Bayelsa. Bayelsa is essentially water, but we found land to stand on and do our NYSC. But then some of the communities we served in Ekeremo, those communities are really distant and very, very underserved. And, a small project like the one that I termed in the book, that the one she mentioned in the book, could have gone very far in that community if, we had thought of it at that point. And so this is a book that I think will be very, very necessary for every prospective core member. Those that are already serving may have, gathered some experience already. They would have learned on the job. But for those that are just heading to the camp now, this book will be very, very useful to them. And for those even in the university that will eventually get to serve, those that their age has not gone beyond the NYSC age, and they're still in the university, should have a copy of this book, read and prepare for their NYSC year. So I congratulate Progress for this remarkable feat. Very, very inspiring. To write a book, I can tell you how big an achievement you've made, Progress. See, I have a book on my laptop since 2015. It has never been printed on a printer before. So for me to see somebody that has gone beyond, printed a very fine book with very beautiful cover and is launching, is a huge achievement. Something some of us cannot achieve till today. So I take this as a challenge myself, Progress. I'm going to take this as a challenge to go and work on that book and print it out and get it out to the world, just as you've done, with your Beyond the Usual. It is definitely beyond the usual, and we know that the next one you are going to write will definitely be beyond this one. Thank you for this opportunity to speak at this occasion. And I wish you the best as you progress with, all your other endeavors. God bless you. So.
Oh no, okay, I'm gonna repeat myself. Very happy to do that. I was just so gassed and so delighted about your speech. I said that this is the first time I'm hearing you give a speech, but also having that speech to be about me and about my book. And I am really grateful and delighted to have you here, first of all, attend the event and also to share your thoughts about my book and your experience as a core member yourself, which I believe is long ages ago. And I also very much am looking forward to reading your book, and hopefully it comes out soon. So thank you very much. Another round of applause if we can. Yay. All right, I'm passing it to Anthony back.
Okay, Mr. Andrew Eshono, thank you very much for that wonderful delivery. We appreciate your presence and we also appreciate your words. Talking about progress, I just want to say one or two things about progress. Progress of Berico. We've been friends for like 7 or 8 years now, if my memory is right. But then, over the ages, a lot of persons, because they want to be popular, have done a lot of terrible things. I think historians will agree with me that there's someone called Erostratus in ancient Greek, who, because he wants to be popular, he wants to be famous, burnt the temple of Artemis. But Progress of Berico, I thought it wise, okay, I want to be popular, but I don't want to be an arsonist. I don't want to burn down anything. I don't want to do anything evil. Progress of Berico, who wants to be famous, had caused things to be built. He has built a very wonderful book, a title Beyond the Usual. And that is why we are gathered here. We're gathered for the book launch, Beyond the Usual. So without wasting time now, we'll call on Mr. Bob, the mentor of progress. We wonder, someone who is a mentor of progress must be a great person, if you ask me. So Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob. Okay, while waiting for Mr. Bob, I will ask Precious Roland to say one or two things about Progress of Berico.
Hello, everyone. A lot has been said. And before I say anything, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone for honoring this invitation. This is one of those days we all pray for, where we could show the world what we want the world to be. You know what they say, be the change you want to see in the world. So, and then again, he said, where you cannot go, your book can go. So Progress will tell a whole lot of Nigerians, the whole world, about what NYSC is all about, not just Nigerians, but every other person in the world. And this is something really huge. Like Anthony rightly said, Progress and I and Anthony, all three of us have been friends for over 7 years. Okay, we went to the same school. We had a lot of experiences together. And really, this is really huge. We all had NYSC. We all made our impacts. But this is something extraordinary. This is out of this world. This is beautiful. I have thought about writing a book several times, but hey, I have not even put in the work to complete it, because wow, the thought of writing it alone, it's scary and it's daring. So you want to appreciate a feat like this. Really, you want to appreciate a feat like this. So Progress is someone who is determined. That's what the book says. It's clear. If she says she wants to do something, she does it. And look how well she has done this and the impact she's meaning to, give to the world. I mean, look at how we started NYSC. Look at what she did during her NYSC days. I mean, I have those memories. I could talk about them. I mean, how she, for her community project, how she gave wares, sandals to a whole lot of pupils at the time. I mean, I don't want to talk. I don't want to even go into other stories. I should think almost everyone on this platform knows all of these stories. So it's been a story of someone who is always wanting to make impact, however little it could be. So really, I congratulate you, Progress, on this great achievement. It's a big feat. Not everyone can pull this feat. I mean, a lot of persons, you could just hear Mr. Andrew, he said he's been trying to write a book since 2015, right? And the book is still in his laptop. He's not been able to print it. But here we are with someone who sat down, wrote this book, not just that, she went extra mile to print this book, and we have it in hard copy, and we're all gathered here. Wow, wow, really? This is beautiful. This is awesome. Congratulations to you, Miss Progress. We know you would go far. We believe in you. This is more like an encouragement to all of us too. I mean, we know we're thriving in different ways, but I know that writing a book is something else. So for those who have been meaning to write a book, now you believe you can do it, just like Progress said, because she did it. So thank you very much, Progress, for this inspiration. Thank you for this impact you always want to share with the world. I mean, that's what Progress has always stood for. We've had several conversations on, impacting the world. And this is just our own little way. You don't have to have everything, but the little you have, you should be able to share it. I mean, it's not how much you have, it's how much you are willing to give. So on behalf of everyone gathered here, we celebrate you. I mean, I know the next book you would be writing, it's not just going to be this small. I mean, the numbers of participants we have here now, I think there are about 9, but I believe the next book you'll be writing will have a house full of participants, because by the time your name would have been known all over the world. And that's it. You know what they say, nothing succeeds more than success. So this is us saying more success to you, Progress, more success to everyone on this platform, and more inspiration to anyone out there who's about writing a book. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roland Precious. Thank you very much. Progress, you are a huge inspiration. I used to tell you that when I'm before young girls, I always call your name. I use you as a kind of a pace setter. This girl has done this. You can also do it. When I'm before young girls, I always call your name. So I want to welcome very specially Mr. Gabriel Kolawole. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it very wrongly. Mr. Gabriel Kolawole.
Let me just quickly add that this man right here, Mr. Gabriel, is my, I don't know the adjective to use now because I'm lost for words, but he is my publisher. He is the one behind the printing and the publishing of this very book for which we are gathered here today. And I'm just super grateful for his hard work. He is somebody that is very, very kind and very loyal, and I have no regrets choosing to work with him from way back 4 to 5 years ago now. I think the choice that I made to have him on board for this project has been one of the best choices I've made, and I really appreciate his commitment. Is the most understanding person. If you know me, you know that I'm a perfectionist. So, and he's been able to put up with that. Like, my back and forth, edit, do this, blah, blah, blah. He's very understanding. And I just want to say, I do appreciate you, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you very much for joining.
Okay, Mr. Gabriel, before you just come on the virtual stage, I want to also welcome the gentleman of the press, Mr. Nicholas Kalu. The gentleman of the press, welcome, Mr. Nicholas Kalu. I welcome also very profoundly Miss Merit Obizo. So welcome, Miss Merit Obizo. So before Nicholas Kalu, I know you have something to say. I want us to hear from Mr. Gabriel Kolawole. Mr. Gabriel Kolawole, please, over to you.
So, good day, everyone. My name is Gabriel, as mentioned. I'm sorry, first of all, apology for coming in late. I actually had the time schedule, but something else came up. A sincere apology. So, well, thank you very much, everyone, for gathering. Well, the person who we are celebrating her success today, she is an amazing person. Like she said, she's more like a perfectionist. Working with progress, you gives you an idea of someone who knows what she wants. No matter what you're trying to do, she just makes sure that this is what I want, this is how I want it to be, and then she just makes sure that you give her the best. So I really loved working with her, although it is stressful, but she's an amazing person. I have tried to follow her, from her blog to some of the things that she has done over the years, and I see that she's quite an inspiration. She's an amazing person. And the book, it's beautiful. Working on the book, I've had people look at it and then they wonder like, what inspired this? What I just try to tell them is that it's an amazing item, it's an amazing, resource material for anybody who wants to go for NYSC. You have this material with you, it will help you prepare adequately for, the NYSC period. And it's also a way for people to know what to look forward to when going for the NYSC, service year. And for most people, I've had younger ones who have, gone through NYSC, and when they went through the NYSC, they just, came out empty, like no projects, no impact, nothing. And most times I try to just, call their attention back to the fact that going to NYSC does not really mean that you just go there to just get your salary and all. You should really impact the society. There should be a trademark. There should be your feet should be on the sign of time that you went through NYSC and then you're able to impact life. And that is what progress has, completely portrayed. And I really appreciate her. And I love what she has done. It's beautiful. It's very amazing. And congratulations to her. I don't want to waste much of our time because I believe so many people are still, in line to speak concerning the book and the launching. So to progress, kudos, congratulations. This is a very, very beautiful thing you've done. And I appreciate you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel Kolowale. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your presence and we appreciate your words. Like I mentioned, in our midst, we have a gentleman of the press from the nation's newspaper. And we'll be very, very happy to hear from you, sir, Mr. Nicholas. Mr. Nicholas Kelly.
Good evening. Oh, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Thank you. I first of all have to apologize. I struggled to get to, and if you notice my background, I just had to stop somewhere to ensure I'm doing this meeting. I was in traffic and I really had that. But also having issues with network and all of that. So, congratulations to the author of this book. This is a great job. I normally joke that NYC is an experience that you sort of go without any kind of knowledge. But with a book like this, gives you an advantage. You at the end of your service year, you feel like you get sometimes the result advantage, mathematics, things that the year has to offer. You just realize that and this you just need to have another chance to see but progress here has offered that kind of advantage to prospective board members. And I also commend this work in the sense that it pushes, for it pushes for the sustenance of this thing. If we go back to the purpose for which the NYSC was even established, supposedly coming after the Civil War, saying that the nation. Sorry, to see my dad is my house. I'm sure it does happen in this. It's all decide on the fact that it's aimed at enforcing national integration, unity, and if you've been following the news in recent times, there have been calls for this to be scrapped. I'm sure we've heard lawmakers, people in from various sectors, we don't see the need for it anymore. And this I feel has its roots in the problems of the unity we have in the country today, ethnic crisis, religious crisis. It is making people overlook the main essence of which this is established. And I feel that I personally am the proponent of most people have never been outside their women ever in their life. And one of the things that will make you close mind as a person, talking personally, is the fact that you remain in one place. If you have a friend who is an Igbo person, if you have a friend who is the Hausa person, if you have a friend who is the Yoruba person, if you know people closely, I doubt you will sit down in one corner of your country and say something bad should happen, because even if you can't relate to them as a group, you relate to them through one or two people you know. And I feel that the NYSC is... I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. The NYSC as a tool is something that if we should all come behind, against the clamor calling for its scrapping, I believe also that there should be sort of counter to ensure that it is sustained. And progressive effort is one that we commended in this direction. I know progress from 2019, and it's something, if there's something I can say for her, the fact that she's a resident, she set her mind to something, she must make sure she achieves it. And for her to get this work done and sort of be an eye-opener for people who don't know so much, I think it's an effort that should be commended. And I wish that, this book could be, efforts could be made also that this book becomes part of essentials for prospective members, people who want to go for service. There should be a sort of collaboration with the NYSC. I am sorry, I don't know I came in late, so I don't know the people who are on this. But I don't know if NYSC is represented here. If they are, I would love for them to take this message. But if they are not, it should make push to them to see to it that this book is incorporated into as part of essentials. It's going to help for members. It's going to make them not have that feeling at the end of the year that this one year just breezed by and I couldn't make anything. It's going to also, at the end of the day, I'm really sorry, at the end of the day, it's going to be to the general benefits of this country where for members, just imagine it, because NYSC for most people is just a country. It's just something I do to get to the next level. Get the job. Most people don't even participate in it. They feel it's not that important. But if this book here stresses the need for us to keep this up. And I do wish that all stakeholders will come behind the climate to sustain it and give support to effort.
Related video outperforming everything.
That this scheme is sustained for the development of progress. So I'll just talk about I'm really glad to do that. I was afraid I wouldn't get to this meeting, but I'm glad I could make it. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nicola Kalu, a gentleman of the press. We appreciate your presence. You were able to squeeze out time for us, even having a very busy schedule. Wakubiro, thank you very much. We appreciate your presence and we also appreciate your words. Thank you. We are still celebrating Mrs. Progress Oberico. We're here gathered for a book launch beyond the usual. She will be coming out to be telling us about the book. But before then, I think there's still someone who still needs to talk to us. The person of Miss Evelyn Igomori. Okay, while waiting for Mrs. Evelyn, the UK mom of Progress Oberico, please, I want to mention that someone that merits special recognition just joined us, the person of Mr. Awinore Ovies.
Okay, so right before Ovie says something, I want to do an initial introduction. So Ovie was and is a big inspiration for this book, right? It started in 2019 when I knew Ovie, and he was actually one of the pillars behind this book. If you read the acknowledgements, you will see his name written there. He was very big, like inspiring me to you need to write a book. You're a good storyteller, you're a writer, and he kept pushing on and pressing on for me to carry on with this book. So, and I think I kind of disappointed him in a way by launching this book now, because this book has been out ages ago and it is only happening now. However, I just want to say, use this medium to publicly appreciate Ovie, who is a big inspiration. I remember so many times he would call me and also even support me financially during my NYSC project when I was doing like fundraising and all of that. He is a big inspiration to my NYSC and also this book as a whole. So thank you very much, Ovie.
Yeah, I want to really appreciate Progress for giving me this opportunity to be among those that participated in the launching of this book. To me, it's actually a dream come true. I believe in Progress' ability, capacity, and I know what she can do. And today is a dream come true. Thank you. I mean, it's a great privilege. It's a great privilege. To me, today is like a dream come true. I've hoped and prayed for a day like this to be fulfilled. And right now, I'm like overexcited. To me, I'll just say to God be the glory, because actually, I'm privileged to be among one of those persons that have read this book, even when it was still on soft copy for edition. The book is so inspiring, so educative, that I know it will go far. I know it will go far. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ovis. We appreciate your words and we appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining. Okay, now we're still moving on. I just want to say one or two things about something Mr. Precious Roland said. Precious said the next book will be having many participants. But I want to correct that. I don't think the next book will be doing it here. We'll be doing it live. I think in UK, and I'll be there too. We are going to UK. Yes, for the next book. We're not doing it. We're not doing it virtually. We'll be doing it live. Okay. Beyond the usual, it's a book for me, though I've not read it, but I know the mix of the book. I've not read it, but I know what inspired it, how it was made. I'm going to say it's not just a book for corps members. No, is more than that. It's beyond that. Beyond the usual is beyond a book just for corp members. I see it as a template, a blueprint for all and sundry. If you want to be inspired, especially if you are having self-doubt, if you're doubting yourself, is a book you should read. Is a book you should read. And we're going to hear more about the book, what inspired the title, Beyond the Usual. And we're going to welcome Progress, the author, Progress Oberico, our friend, sister, and daughter, Progress Oberico. Please, the stage is yours. Tell us about the book. We're about to conclude the meeting now. Just come tell us about the book.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Anthony, for that anchoring. Right. So about the book, I believe by now many of you must have seen it on my social media where I shared a thing or two about what a book is essentially. So basically, in a way of summarizing what the book is about, the book is about social impact. It is like an how-to book on how to make social impact, how to generate ideas for community projects, how to come up with something that is life-changing, but also that offers you the opportunity to serve. Because I believe that life is only meaningful when we serve, when you're able to support other people, when you're able to use your skills, not just for yourself, but for other people. And I believe that is what the NYSC 1 year offers us. In a publication that I wrote, I think I mentioned that many people or many young Nigerians and graduates alike, they often go to service or NYSC with this mindset of, it is just one of those things that I need to do to prove that I am a core member. And just like them, I was once like that as well. I used to think that NYSC is just like to fulfill all righteousness. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do after NYSC. After leaving, after graduation from higher institution, from school, the next thing was just automatically NYSC. You don't know what you're going there to do. You don't have any blueprint to follow or what you want to do. So essentially, it's almost like a blue Instagram tick to show that you are verified, you are a graduate and all of that. But that is not just what NYSC is about. And I think that also our society doesn't also help us to understand or to have a full grasp of what NYSC is. Our parents, they have this mindset of, oh, my pikin don't go NYSC, or my child is wearing khaki now. So, I have this prestige that I have a graduate in my house, in my home. And, they hang the pictures on the wall and everything, which is, it's beautiful. But beyond that, there is a lot you can do. And so the NYSC or this book actually encapsulates how you can do that. As Demo said, it's not just about NYSC as well, but it's how it inspires you as a person to challenge yourself to make change. So about the book contains the history of NYSC. It contains a lot of details and stories around camp, things that you may not necessarily hear from core members or people. And you get to read about what camp life is about, the 21 days or the 3 weeks that people spend in camp, what goes on in there, behind the scene, the different types of core members, the soldiers, the vibe, the camp food, everything about camp life and that 21 days as a fresh core member. And then beyond that, going into your service year, it also shares stories around what serving is, getting a PPA and all of the challenge that comes with that, and also the community you're serving, how to identify peculiar challenges in a certain community, for example, and how to turn that into something that you can bring change into, essentially. It also talks about so it gives you different ideas on on different projects that you could execute. So it's not just my story or the things that I did. I also feature a young man who unfortunately isn't here today. His name is Stephen Teru. He was best core member in 2019, and he did a brilliant project which he shared a snippet of in the book. So he shared his story as well, and that could also inspire you as a core member, whether you are about to go to camp or you are a serving corps member. So it's essentially all about social impact, how to make those change, how to challenge yourself and to encourage yourself. It also teaches you how to go, it teaches you resilience as well, how to go for what you want, how to walk into those offices and use the privilege that NYSC comes with. Because whether you agree with it or not, NYSC comes with a privilege, right? I know there is an advocacy for NYSC to be scrapped, but I don't really buy into that. I don't think it should be scrapped. I think that NYSC is the one thing that brings Nigerians together. It is the one thing that is not political. NYSC is not political in any way. It is that thing that brings the Igbo. I think someone said it before, the Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody, nobody thinks about their tribe when they're in camp together. They sleep on like the same room, the same bunks, and you get to meet people that, like Nicola said, that people who haven't traveled out of their state before, but NYSC takes them out. Like for me personally, I also shared in the book that before I served in Cross River, right? But before I left, I have never been to Cross River. I'm from Delta. I was born and raised in Warri, but I've never been to Cross River State. And going there made me understand that, Cross River State is different from Akwa Ibom, because I used to think like all of them are Calabar and all of that, but actually there's that unique differences that NYSC helps you understand. Many people also think that everybody in the north are Muslims, but NYSC unpacks that for you. So it's more like an eye-opener, and the book actually talks a lot about that. It is a template, not just a manual, but an inspiring book that can challenge you as a person. It shares a lot of stories, not just a how-to book, but like stories and experiences that I had and all of that in during the NYSC program. Also, so about the inspiration behind the title, I think it is pretty much clear why I chose the title, because as the name goes, or as the title goes, Beyond the Usual, is just to re-emphasize the fact that NYSC should be beyond the normal template that, oh, is that thing that people go for after university. It is not that. It is beyond that. So beyond the usual, as it is called, is like it's beyond the conventional understanding of NYSC. And that is the reason I came up with that title. And it's not just my idea. I think I really had a challenge coming up with a book title. I usually don't have challenge coming up with titles for articles or stories that I write, but I couldn't come up with a title for this book until I'd finished writing it. So I was brainstorming. I think Anthony was one of those persons that I shared ideas with, OVA as well, and then someone else. And somehow the title just came together and we went with Beyond the Usual. And I do not, even if it's 4 or 5 years after the book has been published, I still do not regret choosing that title. I still think it is powerful. It is a perfect title for the book and for what the book stands for and for what it is about. So I want to encourage us as well. There are many times I wanted to like give up writing the book because there's writer's block. There's times where, and quite frankly, one of the reasons why I didn't publish or actually launch this book earlier on was because this is where perfectionism steps in again, was because I had this vision for the book, and I'm not going to share the details, but I had this vision for the book which did not fall in place as I wanted it. And that kind of discouraged me from like, putting it out there. But also I kind of had a transition in my life. So like moving to the UK for my master's just made everything pause as well. But I'm happy that I'm doing this now. And I believe that this book helps to unpack your purpose, because for me, that NYSC period when I was writing the book was a period of self-discovery for me. It helps me to unpack my purpose. What am I really drawn towards? What can I do? What do I have to offer? It helped me unpack my creativity, the creative side of me. And since that NYSC period till now, I have not, I have discovered so many facets of my personality, of my character, of my talent and everything, and I'm still unpacking them even as I grow day by day. So I hope that this inspires young people, adults, and people from various generations. And yeah, I just really take a lot of encouragement from what you guys have spoken about me and about the book. I feel really inspired. I feel really encouraged. I always say that I'm someone that is very big on motivation. So if I'm down, it's either I listen to a music or I read a book or I go for a podcast or YouTube video, anything. Like motivation helps me. So that is why encouragement, feedbacks, comments, whether that is on social media or in-person interaction, it helps me a lot. It boosts my spirit because I love motivation and it helps me to do better. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. I wish this was in person as I've planned it or as I had envisioned it to be, but unfortunately it is not. And this is still very much worth it. To be honest, let me just say this final thing. I didn't want to have a launch because once again, this book was published 4 years ago, and I was like, it's done. I'm just going to post it on social media and it's fine. But one of the inspirations behind this launch as well is Nicholas. And he said, it is your first book. It's worth having a launch. It's worth launching. Like, you should recognize it and give it that respect that it deserves. And that is why we are gathered here today. And I'm actually proud. I'm proud and happy that I took his advice to have this launch. And yeah, I'm just happy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, I think we lost our MC, so I guess I'm just gonna carry on MCing. Okay, yeah, he's back. Merit, thank you very much, my baby girl, for joining. If you don't mind saying a thing or two before the close.
Okay, essay, please. So that it will not be all men affair.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's indeed a privilege to be here today. Like we've said, Progress is a big inspiration. Yeah, I can attest to that fact that she's a big inspiration. And that's why you can see my little daughter here. Because I'm just told that I'm a mom of 4 daughters. And it's your desire to see your kids excel. So I told my little girl, I said, Dima, you need to see someone I can say she's successful in her own field. You understand? I actually messaged her some days ago. I said, I would like to be a mentor to my daughter. You understand? So if I've actually not seen her, I've only known her on social media, but I see her as an inspiration, like I told you, and it's someone I would like to reckon with, and I would like my daughter to also have the privilege to get to know and learn from. So she's making impact worldwide, I would say. Yeah, I've not met her, I don't know her from Adam, though we bear the same surname, you understand, but it's just like namesake, you understand? Same surname, but we really don't know. We're not related in any way. But just because of her works, I think that was when she was in NYSC. That was the first time I see her works, where she did rehabilitate a family that was acclaimed to be mad, but with her help, that family got rehabilitated, the wife, the kids, you understand? So I just can't forget that. I can't forget that. She really did make a big achievement doing that, you know? So, and seeing all our works, even after then, is very, very remarkable. So, like I would say, she's someone that every young kids should look up to, they should learn from, because she's making steady progress daily. So that's just all I would say. I've not read the book, but it's indeed a privilege to be here today. My daughter just told me, say, Mommy, this book they are talking about, I would like to see it. I said, don't worry, Progress will send it to us. Certainly we're going to get one. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Essay. I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. And I am looking forward to meeting you. I think we are both in the UK together, and Dima as well. Looking forward to having a chat with you. And yeah, very happy to have you on board as a mentee. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Essay, I think it would have been somewhat an incomplete meeting if I've not heard from you. I really enjoyed your words. We want to know the daughter. We want to know the name of your daughter, if you don't mind.
Okay,
And
Dima, do you want to tell them your name?
Okay.
yes.
Chizima, but you can call me Dinma.
Okay. Okay. Apart from just your name, you can say one or two. We want to hear your voice.
So I really enjoy writing. I like writing in my free time when I write, and I enjoy writing stories and poems. I take writing classes every Monday, but because it's the holidays, I'm not so much now. But I still like study and write in my free time. I'm really looking forward to meeting Progress because she seems like a really nice, inspiration and a kind person. And yeah.
Thank you, Dima. I am looking forward to meeting you as well. I'm sure that will be very soon. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I think this is where we draw the curtain. Mary says she has a low battery. Okay, so I guess that's why. But anyways, thank you all. Thank you so much for staying on the call even till the end. The last thing I want to say is for those who want to get the book, Gabriel is available to, he's been very helpful with getting the book across. So I'm just going to say it is available for delivery across Nigeria. If you know people who would benefit from this book, you can buy copies for them and you can recommend the book to them. Wherever they are in Nigeria, it will be delivered to them. It is also available on Amazon for those in the UK or in other parts of the world who want to access the book. It is available on Amazon. If you type my name, Progress Oberiko, you're going to see my book and also my podcast as well. So you can get a copy from wherever part of the world you are. And yeah, one last thing. This is actually supposed to be the first thing, but I guess I saved the best for the last. And I want to say a massive thank you to the founder of NYSC himself, who is General Yakubu Gowon, who thankfully and graciously wrote the foreword of this book. It is not common to have a former president of a country to write or have a presence in your book, and I'm very lucky to have that. Although it's unfortunate we don't have him here today, but his comments. If you've seen a copy of the book and you've read his foreword, you would see how inspiring his words are and how supportive he is of young people, of core members making the most of their NYSC. And I really, really appreciate him for granting his thoughts to my work and to my book. So thank you so much. And thanks to the NYSC team, even though they're not part of this. But yeah, just thank you.
Okay, I think it's still important we get the contact of Mr. Gabriel.
Yes. So for anyone who wants to reach Mr. Gabriel, you can send me a message. I believe everyone here has access to me, or you can reach me on social media. Progress Oberiko is my name wherever social media platform. And then I'll put you in touch with him, and he is happy to send it across wherever you are in Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Evelyn.
Yeah.
Mrs. Evelyn, yes, you were saying something before.
Yeah, yeah, because of the network, I couldn't really say much, and I was on the ground, about to catch my next train.
Okay.
Just show my appreciation to every one of you that have made this meeting to take place. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. And although Progress didn't tell me I was going to be called upon, I didn't know that, but all the same, I would say it's an impromptu speech, but I'll just speak from my heart. So yeah, today is a day for we all to really celebrate our dear Progress Oberiko. I will describe Progress I would say
I called you, not progress.
if there is to be, the name of her book says beyond the usual. If that should be personified, I would say that would be Progress of Miracle. She's just beyond words could explain or express. Yeah, she's beyond words could express. She is I'm very proud of her for the lady she's grown up to be and the woman she's growing to become as well. Yeah, like she said, mommy in London, Progress is like a daughter to me. Yeah, to say I've been there right from when she was born. I've been part and parcel of, we've been part and parcel of each other's life, each other's family. Yeah, so yeah, she is a lady to really look up to. She should be a mentor to a lot of young girls coming up. I've always wished my younger siblings back home would really take that zeal to look up to her, someone they could draw inspiration from. Really go a long places. Yeah, she says, I would say the sky is a starting point. She's someone that believes in herself. She knows what she wants and how to get what she wants. She's a goal setter and a goal getter. She is a nice person, a lovely person, a lady with a big heart. And the list goes on and on. Yeah, the list goes on and on. She is someone that will make a massive difference and impact to this generation, to the entire world. Her footprint is going to be felt all over the world. We're just starting. This is just a starting point for her. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all you've been doing and all you've been able to do. May God bless you richly. In everything you put your hand, it shall be progress. As the name goes. So yeah, that will be all for now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate every one of you.
Thank you so much, sweet mama. I really appreciate that comment. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, girl.
Anchor, over to you.
Okay, thank you, mommy Evelyn. Thank you,
yeah, and I
you
don't
very
know
much.
if it's the right time for me to say no. It's the launching of the book. I do. Although I missed a lot of time spent on this platform, so or maybe she had mentioned it. Yeah, of launching of the book. So yeah, I will want to start with like 20 copies of it. If that can go a long places, yeah, I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm launching her book. I think that will be coming from the publisher. Yeah, 20 copies. Yeah,
wow.
So I think I've discussed that with Progress. Yeah, we want that in Nigeria. So yeah, we'll know how to go about the delivery and where we want it to go. Yeah, or she'll pass all the information to you where it could be delivered and then stuff like that. Yeah. So that will go for.
Thank you very much, mommy. Thank you very much. I think we can applaud her. We can applaud her, please.
Oh, don't make
Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Enjoy your trip, ma.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm on the train.
Okay. Okay, over to our chief launcher, Mr. Andrew Echeno, one of the chief launcher.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll definitely support the launch. I like doing my algebra. There's always an X in the equation. So I'm going to do for now 100 plus X. The X will be unfolded later.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Well,
I want to support mom.
Okay.
Yes, I want to support mom. Mr. Andrew is using a kind of a mathematical equation. I'm not going that line. Okay, I'll be supporting progress with the sum of 10,000 naira. I don't know what that can do, but 10,000 naira. All right. So
Thank
if we
you.
want to support as well, the floor is open.
10 will be 35,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. So I'll take one from there. Then I'll send 35,000 to 9 to reach out to others. The one for me, if that's okay. So you can your bank details. And I want to thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mommy Essay.
So Demo, just to clarify, the 100 in
Okay.
my equation is copies, not naira.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
No, I'm still solving your own mathematics. I don't even know if it's naira or copies, but still solving it.
Okay.
Okay, so parting words, so that we just call it a day.
Can you hear me? I think I have
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
I said, since I inspired this meeting, I say I should just say a few words. And first of all, it's good to see you progress. I made it clearly. Thanks a lot. And I'm glad that you're doing so well. You know progress, you know what she stands for. So I'm really proud of this work. It's a good people, and I pray, and I also hope that you also put in the effort to ensure it gets the mileage that it deserves. It's I'm really proud of you. You associated with the work, and it's future can only get better. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicholas, and thank you everybody for being patient with us today. I know it's been a long day and the meeting has lasted beyond what we thought it would. So I'm just going to close now because Anthony has to leave. But thank you so much, Mr. Anthony. Thank you so much, Gabriel, Ovie, Nicholas, Anthony, and all those who couldn't join because there are chief launchers who there were sponsors as well who couldn't make it here and also attend this. So thank you very much. I just want to round off by saying thank you. So I hope you have a good day and yeah, enjoy your week. Bye.